Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the program Property Doctor, the show that brings to property owners and property users the easiest remedies to beautify your homes, to maintain your homes, and to help you make money and save money. On this episode, we'll be talking about the causes of failure of our buildings and generally causes of failure of structures. We have a professional in the house who is going to give us tips and ideas on how to prevent failure in buildings and to know the causes of this failure and how to manage them. His name is Builder Ephraim Itodo. So you can connect with us on Facebook at Property Doctor NG, on Instagram at Property Doctor NG, and on YouTube, just like you're watching right now, at Property Doctor NG. You can also call us on 0903 123 9999. Builder Itodo, what is building failure?
Okay, building failure is when a building or any component of the building fails because of its inability to maintain a structural integrity.
Is structural integrity?
Yeah.
What is structural integrity?
Structural integrity is the ability of a building to stand and withstand the load imposed on it without deflating, without failing.
Okay, what are the kinds of load you want to talk about that can be imposed on a building?
The kind of load that a building normally faces is self-weight.
Okay.
Dead load, and then the imposed load, the life load.
The life load.
Building. And also lateral load, as in the wind forces against the building.
The wind forces.
Yeah, that is lateral.
Okay. So,
load.
thank you. So what is the cause of a building failure? What do you think makes building fail?
There are many causes, but for me, the one I want to talk about now mostly is something that most people they overlook during building construction, and that is geotechnical survey.
Okay.
You hardly see somebody say, I want to build a house, and then it begins by saying, let me see the kind of soil. Because it's the kind of soil that determines the kind of foundation that comes into place.
That is the soil test.
Soil test.
So the geotechnical survey you are talking about is the soil test.
Soil test, yes.
And the other things that go with it.
That go with it.
Okay.
But a lot of people seem to overlook it, and they go straight to excavating.
They just go ahead.
Even engineers just assume that, okay, because it's kind of building, let's just do a part foundation, let's do a straight foundation, without actually carrying out a test to determine the foundation is adequate for that building. So that's also a cause of building failure.
So who can help who can help people do the soil test?
Yeah, we have geotechnical engineers.
Okay, that means when you get a piece of land, the first thing you have to do is to maybe test the land so that you can know the kind of structure you put on that particular land. Okay.
Or if you have your kind of structure in mind, then what kind of foundation will fit the structure?
All right.
What kind of soil? Is it a loose soil? Is it a firm soil? So these are the things that the geotechnical engineer will look at and tell you that, okay, this is what we can do. This is the kind of foundation that will best fit
this type of soil.
This of soil, and then this your building.
Okay. You talked about the load on the building that can cause maybe failure or something. Can you give us more details on that?
Yeah, the load on the building is actually calculated because every component of the building has its own weight.
Okay.
Yeah, that constitutes the self-weight. Likewise, the imposed load that be coming on the building, like the tiles. So a structural engineer in designing take cognizance of all these things. We might not know, we just see a building and enter inside. The structural engineer must have already done all this calculation.
Okay.
And even gives allowance.
Just in case, maybe you have more than the number of people or the load inside.
It's very gracious, generous.
All right.
He gives allowance.
Okay.
He puts a factor of safety. So that should there be an essence, it doesn't mean that because it fails immediately, it doesn't happen that way.
Okay.
So there's that allowance to ensure that it doesn't just fail
suddenly.
Yes.
Okay. So what are other things you think can cause a building to fail?
Another thing that can cause a building to fail includes the use of substandard materials. And that is very, very common in our today's climate. Very, very common.
Because everybody's trying to find shortcuts, save money, save time. Okay, what kind of substandard material are you talking about?
Basically, almost everything, but I will concentrate on the concrete and on the steel.
Yeah.
So, for example, now you're supposed to do a particular kind of mix for a particular element in the building.
In the building.
But as either the contractor or as the whoever in charge or the supervisor, you feel that it will be too expensive and you want to save something. You want to save cement, you want to save something, and you do a lesser mix. So it's called that the concrete will not give you the projected strength at the stage of design, because during the design, they expect that maybe at the end of this, after 28 days, the concrete should give you maybe 21, 22 per meter squared after 28 days. But it's called that by the time you do this, you will not achieve that strength. And then once certain kind of load comes to the building, it begins to threaten the structure
of the building.
Yeah.
Okay. So you talked about the steel and the concrete.
The steel, as I said earlier, notice even the markets now, the diameters are not, they tell you it is 16 mm, but it's not why 16.
So whose responsibility is it to check that for
I think it's government.
People.
They have what they call Standard Organization of Nigeria, right?
Do they actually check those things?
They should check it. They should check it.
They
should go to the market,
check it.
They should go to the market. If you say this is Y16, it should be Y16.
Is it not from the factory that they should have checked that, where they are producing, maybe give them a spot on check to make sure that what they produce is correct? Or do you think there's a collaboration between the buyers and the factory owners on reducing the diameter of the iron bars?
I don't think so. It's just a sharp practice by
who?
By the manufacturers.
By the manufacturers.
Yes.
So that is the problem from the manufacturers.
Yes, who wants to make more money because they sell it at the price of the Y16, but the diameter is less. So if you are not careful, if you don't know, you won't know. You just by taking this Y16.
Okay. What can you do if you notice that this diameter is smaller than what it should be? Does it mean you should buy a higher diameter?
No, the truth is this. At times, when you see that maybe the retailer, or the dealer does not have it, you must buy from him. But there's some people that by the time you complain, they'll take you behind and say, "Okay, this one at 782, this one at 75." That is when they start telling you the
difference.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's people that do these things.
Okay, that's about the material. Yeah. That's poor quality material, substandard material. You also talked about design error. What about poor workmanship? Do you want to talk to us about that?
Yes, poor workmanship also affects the quality of the building and opens it up to failure. Yeah.
Okay.
And poor workmanship because basically most of these things, they're interwoven. They are basically interwoven. The poor workmanship now is if you don't have experienced workmen.
On site.
On the site, yeah. They might tend to give you a building that does not align. And once a building does not align, it's a problem for the building from the onset.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is basically workmanship.
If you're still watching Property Doctor, that means you are enjoying our program today. Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you have not done so, please do so on the link that accompanies this video. You're sure going to learn a lot of things from this program and from the show. Builder Itodo has been telling us reasons why we have building failure and some of the things you should look out for to prevent building failure. We'll be right back after the break, but before we go, Property Doctor has some products that will help you stay healthy and help you save money. We have the PD soap, the PD bleach, the PD hand wash, the Property Doctor paint, emulsion, and the satin paint. You can contact us if you need any of these products. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned. You're welcome back. You're still on the program, Property Doctor. Now we have Builder Itodo. He has been talking to us about the reasons why we have buildings failing, not just only in Nigeria, but even worldwide. He has talked to us about design errors. He talked to us about the foundation, the soil. He talked to us also about the building materials. Now, as a people, what do you think we can do? You know, some people are not professionals here. What should they do in case there is a building failure? In case they notice something, what are those things they need to see for them to notice that this building is failing so that it doesn't collapse on them?
Yeah, thank you very much. Of course, everybody cannot be a professional. But so what I always advise is this. If you cannot be a professional, get a professional.
Okay.
Try to get one.
Try to get one.
Have one as a friend. You can always call it. There's a crack in my house that I'm noticing this. And
Yeah.
you can give it first-hand information.
Yeah.
But as somebody that's not in the field, you live in a house or you have a house, and you begin to notice signs of cracks suddenly on the walls, and the cracks keep widening up.
Okay, there are different kinds of cracks.
Maybe
But when you notice that is
yes,
okay.
Maybe it's started small. After a week or 2 weeks, it's called that it's gapping. Then you should try to call a professional to come and have a look at it.
Have a look at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at it.
What are other signs you should look at for?
Other signs are some form of dampness.
Dampness.
Yes. Moisture.
Moisture from where?
Like you see moisture suddenly begin to rise on the wall, even from the foundation.
Like damp rising.
Yes, damp rising. If the distance is much, over time, it can weaken the foundation.
Okay.
Because it means it's coming from the foundation. You don't know
The reason.
the reason and how much water is there that is already even coming up.
Okay.
So whenever there's dam, don't just wave it. Try to have a look at it. Yeah, if it means then excavating to do some investigation.
All right.
It's important.
Okay, so that means that when you have damp rising in your homes, you should be suspicious. You should
Yes.
not just leave it
Not just leave it.
like that.
It's like if it's serious, there are some that maybe just because of the season. After the season, when the ground dries up, it goes away and like that. But there's some that you see that actually looks serious. Even during dry season, you see it begins to grow this kind of buccal and everything. Then you can call somebody to have a look at it.
You know, sometimes when you don't have a DPC, that's a downproof course on the wall or a downproof membrane, you can have damp rising.
Yes.
How can you differentiate between a building that is failing and a building that doesn't have a damp rise, a damp-proof course
The truth is this.
protecting it?
Just as I told you, it's not as if it will fail immediately.
Yeah.
It's over time. So even this one that don't have a damp-proof course, that for now is not of any consequence. Over time, it might become a problem.
Oh, okay.
So if they say we can check it now and stop it, the better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have any last word for our viewers today?
Yeah, my advice for our viewers is that always seek the help of a professional. Don't do it on your own.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you for being with us today on the program Property Doctor. Viewers, I hope you have learned something on today's episode of Property Doctor. We hope to see you same time next week. Until then, remain blessed and bye.